Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, was a man of many accomplishments. He was a soldier, a historian, an author, a naturalist, and a conservationist. But perhaps one of his greatest adventures was his journey down the River of Doubt, a tributary of the Amazon. In 1914, Roosevelt had just suffered a crushing defeat in the presidential election of 1912. Feeling lost and aimless, he decided to embark on a scientific expedition to South America with his son Kermit and a group of explorers and scientists. The goal of the expedition was to map an uncharted river in the heart of the Amazon rainforest and to collect specimens of flora and fauna. The expedition began in February 1914, with Roosevelt and his team setting out from the small town of Tapajós in Brazil. The journey was difficult from the start, with the team battling through dense jungle, swarms of mosquitoes, and treacherous rapids. But the real challenge lay ahead. As they traveled deeper into the jungle, the team encountered the River of Doubt, a twisting, narrow waterway that seemed to go on forever. The river was full of hidden obstacles, including rocks and fallen trees that could capsize their canoes at any moment. The current was swift and dangerous, and the water was infested with piranhas and other deadly creatures. The team soon discovered that the River of Doubt was unlike any river they had ever encountered. It was dark and mysterious, its waters murky and opaque. The jungle closed in on all sides, with towering trees and thick underbrush making it difficult to see more than a few feet ahead. The team had to navigate by instinct, relying on their wits and their knowledge of the jungle to guide them. But as they traveled further down the river, things began to go wrong. One of the team members, a Brazilian explorer named Cândido Rondon, fell ill with malaria, and had to be carried on a makeshift stretcher. Another member of the team, a young American naturalist named George Cherry, was attacked by a jaguar and suffered a serious wound to his arm. As the team struggled to keep going, tensions began to mount. Roosevelt, always a forceful personality, clashed with some of his fellow explorers, who felt that he was pushing them too hard. There were arguments and disagreements, and at times it seemed as though the expedition might fall apart altogether. But Roosevelt was determined to see the journey through to the end. He rallied his team, encouraging them to keep going even when they were tired and afraid. He led by example, wading into the river himself to help navigate the treacherous rapids, and always keeping a watchful eye on his fellow travelers. Finally, after months of grueling travel, the team emerged from the jungle and arrived at the mouth of the River of Doubt. They had accomplished their mission, mapping an uncharted river and collecting a vast array of specimens of plants and animals. But the journey had taken a heavy toll, both physically and emotionally. Roosevelt himself was a changed man after the expedition. He had lost weight, suffered from a bout of malaria, and had been forced to confront his own mortality in the face of the many dangers of the jungle. But he had also gained a new sense of purpose, a renewed determination to explore and to push the limits of human endurance. The River of Doubt had been a test of Roosevelt's strength, both as a leader and as an adventurer. And he had passed that test with flying colors, emerging from the jungle stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever to make a difference in the world.